running around telling us that there was a black and brown coalition. We told them it was a coalition. They told us that they were the minorities. We said they was the minorities. We told them as well, it's not the people of color, it's the leeches of color. Well, all the minorities, the coalitions, and the leeches are all done, and we ended them all right here. Certified salute, FBA Friday. Let's go to work, y'all. Family, you see it like I see it like you see it, the whole world see it, everybody watching. Foundation of Black Americans, we put it into the Democrats, we put it into all the people of color, all the puppets and the minions and everybody that they want, and as they all went down, FBA went right on up. So it's a good day. Let's make it clear, for all the tellers out there and all the hoppers, the skippers, the jumpers, and the fleers, you know what it is. This is not our fight. And what does that mean, family? What does that mean when we tell these people that it's not our fight? Translation, because I know they're very, very hard of hearing. Let me make this clear. When I say it is not our fight, that means that you will not get a foundational Black American brother or sister or child out there in the streets to help you, assist you in any of your issues. You on your own, which means you're going to have to hold your own taco, your own burrito, your own fajita, or whatever it is that you choose to eat. Just know you can no longer eat off with a plate of FBA. And if you do not believe me, then you need to listen to my brothers and sisters, because the streets is talking and the streets is saying the same thing we saying. That is, hold your own nuts. The black and brown coalition is over.
Y'all remember when Mexicans was firebombing houses in California, running black people out of their own neighborhood? They was doing some ethnic cleansing, trying to get rid of all the blacks. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember that? It was on TV. Y'all remember that happened? Y'all remember recently Mexicans was all on TikTok talking about how lazy black people is? And that's why they was getting all the jobs, because black people are lazy and don't want to work, and America needed them. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember Nori Martinez in LA? Google Nori Martinez. N-U-R-I, Martinez. Google her in LA. Google her. If y'all want to know how they take over these neighborhoods. Google Nori Martinez.
Which black people are you talking about that you say should stand with their brown brothers and sisters? Is it the black people that your daddies and your mommies tell you not to bring home? Is it those black people? Or is it the black Latinos and Hispanic people that y'all discriminate against and pretend like don't exist?
Disrespectfully, did y'all think we was playing when we said we wasn't about to help y'all with Did y'all think this was a joke? Did y'all think we just like to hear ourselves talk when we say we not doing it? Y'all really tried to pull our whole card, and we showed you real quick that we're not kidding. Why the do you think that I would use any of my valuable resources to help a that wouldn't piss on me if I was on fire? Fuck you. Fix your own, figure out your own issue, because guess what? Me and my ancestors, me and my people, we've always had to figure the fuck out, because we've always been left in the cold, even when we knew what was up, what was going on, what was happening.
The Mexican and Latino community are trying to bully Black Americans into being their human shields. I repeat, the Mexican and Latino community are bullying Black Americans into being their human shields. They want Black Americans to spearhead in front of rubber bullets and tear gas and batons for the sake of their rights that our grandparents have already fought for, and they failed to maintain. Literally, y'all only job was to maintain the rights that our grandparents fought for y'all's ungrateful, and so y'all couldn't even do that.
Bro, you came here illegally, so you're getting sent back. Like, I'm not really understanding why I'm supposed to feel bad. Like, it's the law.
Have to talk to us. So yes, my black is minding my business. If you live in Las Vegas, you know exactly how the Mexicans are out here. You know exactly how they move. You know exactly how they talk to us and how they treat us. They don't like us. So no, I don't feel bad because Black people are staying down and staying out the way. This is not our fight. We still got to figure out our own shit. How we helping y'all, and we can't even figure out what we got going on. Why everybody hate us? Like,
and I'm gonna say it because guess what? It is what it is. We are not We are not going to save the day. We are not going to be nobody else's rescuer, because when it's time for somebody to rescue us, it always falls on dead ears.
D-Zam, talk your goddamn talk. That's what I'm saying. This is not our fight. It's not our plight. And we don't give a damn. And we're going to be certified and we're going to be all right. You understand this, family? These people been running around telling a lie on our names, on our backs. You think of one thing about our existence, there's always somebody. You go ahead. You pick the century. Pick the damn century. Pick the decade. Pick the time. Pick the year. And I guarantee you, you're going to find somebody who's lying about helping us or being us. Going back to the indigenous era, and what you got? People running around saying that they're the originals. People trying to steal from FBA. Go to the civil rights era. You got folks saying we march with you. Go to Rodney King in the early 90s. Go to the George Floyd protests. Anywhere you travel, you're going to end up seeing the same exact people saying the same exact things, that they're FBA. And FBA is telling them, hell no. So let me tell you what's happened in the United States of America. The black and brown lie has been exposed in front of the world. It's over. Officially over. The myth, the fable, whatever the hell you want to call it, just make sure you put it doesn't exist and it's done. Trust me. Then you can take the minorities. That don't work. You seeing all of them fight each other. They're all breaking down and good. Because foundational black Americans, we told the whole planet that we gonna stand on FBA business. And they was out here saying, well, FBA is just a hate group. FBA doesn't really exist. Family, did everybody get their wake-up call? Did they get their FBA wake-up call? Has every single thing that we said about being foundational black Americans came true? Every single day, are you turning on the internet, the TV, and you're seeing FBA talking points and FBA brothers and sisters standing on business? If you are, then you know that our era is in full swing and their era is done. And guess what else is done? Every single lie they've ever told. Because now you got people out there standing on business in the streets. All the Haitians and Jamaicans and the Africans, we see you too. All the Venezuelans and the Cubans and the Mexicans, we see you three. And anybody else who wants some FBA smoke, line up, get a number, stand in line, and we'll get right on to you. This is FBA Day, and the Black and Brown No Religion Live is finished.
Right now, if somebody's up there, I know a black person, somebody who comes from Colombia, Cuba, or Caribbean, they're not black, they're Haitian, they're fucking Haitian. They're not fucking black, they're fucking Haitians. No, we ain't even doing history shit. We're talking about today. We're talking about every time a black person gets pulled over. Every fucking Mexican ain't targeted. All these fucking Mexicans never gonna do the shit that black folks went through. And they got the fucking hold up. They got the nerve to talk about they built this country. Most bitches wasn't here in the beginning. Woo! So I don't want to hear shit about.
Hold up, wait a minute. They got the nerve to say that they built this country and they weren't here in the beginning. Let me tell you what foundational means. Foundational means the very beginning. Not day 2, not 3, and not 4. Day 1. I said that in Washington, D.C. on stage at the Rally for Reparations. I said that in Fulton County at the Reparations Task Force here. And I'm going to say it to the world right now. You wasn't here in the beginning. Foundational black Americans were. That's why we're foundationals. And there ain't no such thing as a foundational Cuban or a foundational Mexican or a foundational Jamaican. Hell, they don't even claim being foundational where they come from. But they claim the colonizer. So you see now, in these streets and these riots, people are arguing, but everybody's saying what FBA's been saying. Family, you're seeing the takeover, and it's occurring in front of your eyes.
Talk about they built this country. Most bitches wasn't here in the beginning. So I don't want to hear shit about, no, it's not about us, but when you fuckers, even your ass, comes out and makes this an issue, that's when we gotta look, that's when we gotta look at it. For this white person, you see your ass right now. If somebody's up there, I know a black person, somebody who comes from Colombia, Cuba, or Caribbean, they're not black, they're Haitian. They're fucking Haitian. They're not fucking black. They're fucking Haitians. No, we ain't even doing history shit. We're talking about today.
No, she tried to slide in and be like, no, what I'm saying is, she said, we talking about today. We talking about right now. That's the energy that we've been bringing, and that's the energy that you have to bring, family. Don't play around with these people. Tell them what it is. Tell them what time it is. Tell them exactly who you are. And the more you tell these people who you are, and the more you tell them what time it is, the more they actually got no choice but to fall back. They falling back right now, y'all. They falling back right now, and you watching them fall back. Why? It's because all the talking points and the lies aren't working. There's nowhere they can go with it anymore. They have to fall back. There's no choices. When you start talking about all of these people and the anti-blackness in which these people have always perpetuated, now you're seeing foundational black Americans ruin all of those lies, cancel them, live and in living color, for the whole damn world to see. And that's the difference between yesterday and today. That's why our buddy right there said, no. We ain't talking about history. We talking about now, because we are the past. So no reason to go back and have you find a way out of it. You're going to have to deal with it live and in living color. Man, I'm telling y'all, the black and brown no religion is done. The lie that they've been telling is over. I coined that term 4 years ago, okay? And now the world is starting to say it. No religion, which means it doesn't exist. The only thing that does exist is foundational black America standing on business. I'll tell you that. And if you look, y'all, it ain't too good for them. It ain't too good for them. Look at the condition that these people are in and look at the condition we're in. And I promise you, our condition's on another level. When we said that we was going to change the world, we're changing it. When we said that we were going to make our imprint on this generation in the future, we're doing it. And when we said that everybody who ever disrespected us ever got out of line and said something out of pocket, I don't give a damn if you was whispering. I don't give a damn if you was hollering. I don't give a damn if you was talking in Spaniard, in Spanish, or I don't give a damn if you was talking in Swahili or in sign language. If you said something off-brand about FBA seeing you right now. And there's nowhere to go for these people other than falling in line and getting the hell out of our way. It's a beautiful day to be FBA, family. It's a beautiful day. So when you start talking about the black and brown no religion, what are you talking about? We're talking about history of anti-blackness that comes from these Latinos, all right? When you start talking about it, we've known it. See, now America has to deal with what we've been saying for years. And we've been saying it when nobody wanted to talk about it. Nobody wanted to bring it up because everything that they've ever told us has been a bold-faced lie to benefit everyone other than foundational black Americans. They tell us who to vote for, who to support, who to pray to, who to get behind, who's your friend, who's your ally. And we simply changed our attitude and said, we're our own friend, we're our own family, we're our own ally. And now that we've done that, look at everybody. Look at everybody. And family, check this out. I'm not lying when I tell you that they've been telling these lies for too long. And the lies are over with. Y'all look at this right here. You can go all the way back to June 10th, 1990. Family, it is June 13th, 2025. Do you see what I'm talking about? Watch what we say when we say these people been telling the lies and we've been regulating the whole time about the anti-black racism from Latinos.
Officials refuse to address the problem. The black elected officials refuse to address the problem. My own congressman refuses to address the problem. And I think the problem is black folks see all minorities as allies. And this is not the case. These people are not here for our common good. They're here for their own good. Where I don't have any ill will towards anybody, I also want to look out for my race. I'm a black American. I never use a hyphen. But I will refuse to turn my back on my race and see what's going on in South Central to my people and let these people come in here and just take over. I'm not going to sit back and watch it. And I think it's a terrible thing, a horrendous thing for anybody to see this going on and say, well, he's a minority like me, so I won't speak up. I don't care where he comes from. The key to this whole thing is stop the denial, stop the alliances of, in other words, he's a minority like me, so I can't speak up against him. If this was white folks committing these lynchings to us in South Central, what's going on, there would be an outrage in this country. We have had firebombs thrown through windows. We have had people's cars burned in the driveway because they happened to move into the wrong communities. We had a lady who moved to East LA, came to the state from the South, not knowing what East LA was. It was an all-Hispanic community. She wasn't there one day. We had another man who was burned out of his house in Torrance last year. We had 5 murders in Hawaiian Gardens just because the people were black. This would not be tolerated if this was white on black crime. But the fact that these people come here, and it's the numbers, sir, it's the numbers. They come here in the numbers, they build up the Hispanic community, and they get this sense of power against us. And there are race riots in the schools every day in Los Angeles. It never makes the media. The black kids are being run out of the schools every day and told to go back to Africa. It never makes the media. We are having people who are being discriminated against on every avenue of society. Economic, schools, even in our prisons now. They have drawn lines, and our prisoners in California are being beat and harassed and raped by Hispanic gang members who recently arrived here because of the numbers. My answer to you, sir, would be we don't need any new laws. Enforce the ones we got.
Damn. You want to talk about standing on business. Let's go ahead and ruin a lie that they've been telling. The fact that they make it look like we're just standing on business today, as if we haven't always stood on business, as if we haven't always been on the right page. Foundational Black Americans been standing on business from day one. And when I say day one, y'all, I'm talking about day one. We've always stood on business for what was right. Don't allow these people to come around here and tell us that standing on business is something new. All right? Brothers and sisters been telling the world, nobody wants to listen. The only thing different between yesterday and today, from what the brother was saying in his time to our time, is now we're forcing everybody to have to deal with it. And they don't like it, and we don't give a damn. Oh, see, let me make this clear. We win it. We went in all the way, and we brash and we bold with it. Because when brothers and sisters were standing on business then and telling the world then, they didn't want to hear it. They were making up excuses and they were going every which way. So it's not nothing new. Ain't nothing new under the sun. Ain't nothing changed but the numbers on the range, family. Ain't nothing changed. Now everybody just has to deal with what foundational Black Americans are saying, and we ain't taking no prisoners and no goddamn remorse because we are FBA and we say so. And they don't like when you say you FBA, and they damn sure don't like when you say you FBA and you say so. That right there is a double whammy. That's the two-sided affair. They can't stand it. Ain't good. We're making these people have to live in a reality that they can't stand. The Latino community has always practiced anti-Black racism. They reward it. It's in their veins. It's in their. It's sold into these people. And when I tell everybody that it's that deep, and we've known it, and the world is seeing it now you understand. You got to check this, fam. These people want to be white folks, all right? The minion and the puppet of supremacy in a lot of cases is just as bad, if not worse, than the supremacist itself. Someone says why, and I give you the answer. Don't they always say the scared person is the most dangerous because they'll react in a crazy way? The person who wants to get brownie points from white supremacy, he feel he got to go the extra mile. He feel he got to take it down the street and around the corner. He feel he got to come down on FBA. Why do you think that happens with these people? You think it's a coincidence that all these people come to the United States of America and the first thing they do is try to harm a black brother or sister, a black child that walks through their yard, a sister at a nail salon? You think it's a coincidence? You buy, you go. You think that's a coincidence? No. That is them fulfilling their supremacist minion contract. They signed that contract that said, I can be an honorary W and I'll come down on black folks. As long as you give me a couple pats on the back. We got 2,000 people in here, family, in about 20 minutes. Y'all know we could. And when I tell everybody that's what it is, everyone is starting to understand and realize it. The FBA's been saying it a long time. You go down the list, fam. Where you want to go? Do you want to go all the way back to Latasha Harlins? You want to go back all the way there, fam? Because I put them all on the line. Everybody who wants to be a minion of the dominant society, they're all on the same line with me. And they get their wake-up call. See, it's not just the FBA wake-up call they're getting. They also getting a wake-up call from the dominant society. Family, I'm going to go ahead and put this on the table for y'all, and I need y'all to let me know something. Talk to me all the way across the board. In one corner, you have Mayo Matthew. Mayo Matthew loves meth in trailer parks. On the other hand, you have Taco Tijuana. Taco Tijuana wants brownie points by coming down on foundational Black Americans. Taco Tijuana thinks that they gonna come and protest and burn the American flag. Mayo Matthew don't like that too much. So now they out here making statements telling people, if you're going to the protest tomorrow, you better be on your best behavior. Because not only do you have FBA ruining the black and brown no elision lie, you also have a civil war amongst Mayos and Tacos. Yes, indeed. Miracle Whip and tobacco sauce. Y'all watch this right here. Did you see the Florida sheriff? And he came out and made it bold. We will stop you and drop you where you stand if you think you're gonna come out here and protest. Watch this, y'all.
I'm gonna break it down for you. All right. And if somebody wants to know what I mean by turn violent, all right, this is what I mean. If you resist lawful orders, you're going to jail. Let me be very clear about that. If you block an intersection or a roadway in Brevard County, you are going to jail. If you flee arrest, you're going to go to jail tighter because we are going to run you down and put you in jail. If you try to mob rule a car in Brevard County, gathering around it, refusing to let the driver leave, in our county, you're most likely going to get run over and dragged across the street. If you spit on us, you're going to the hospital and then jail. I'm gonna break it down for you, all right? And if somebody wants to know what I mean by turn violent, all right, this is what I mean. If you resist lawful orders, you're going to jail. Let me be very clear about that. If you block and enter the hospital and jail, and most likely get bitten by one of our big, beautiful dogs that we have here. If you throw a brick, a firebomb, or point a gun at one of our deputies, we will be notifying your family where to collect your remains at. Notifying your family where to collect your remains at. Where to collect your remains at. Because we will kill you graveyard dead. We're not going to play. This has got to stop. You're watching what's taking place out there. You're seeing police officers that are being attacked, being spit on, being put in harm's way just for doing their jobs. You're seeing ICE agents that are being targeted for doing their jobs. And you're seeing obstructionists that are doing all of this, standing in the way of law and order.
Damn. I don't even know how many more dams we can put on the table. Did he make it crystal clear for the world to hear? Is he standing on Mayo business? Did he say law and order? See, this is what happens when the results of them being anti-black come down. Let's make this clear, fam. I'm going to connect all the dots. Family. What they ended up doing was coming over here thinking they was going to be white. They thought being white was right. They thought they was going to be Mexican today and white by night. And then they ran into the fact that them folks don't like you. Them folks ain't rocking with you. And your little supremacist minion contract ain't going to go far. And then you thought you was going to go out in the streets and have a temper tantrum with Zaddy. Zaddy tells you hell to the no. And then you thought you was going to come out here and force your way into America. And then they ripped up your goddamn contract. Donald Trump said, I don't give a damn what Joe Biden signed you to. I'm telling you what I'm signing you to. And now you see all of that has been nullified. All of that has been nullified. And they out here talking about dropping people in the streets. I'll be damned. They not playing with these people. And we knew it. See, here's the thing, fam. Black America has been telling these people for the longest amount of time about the system of supremacy. Okay? And fam, I'm going to say this, and I want the fam to understand and feel me where I'm coming from. This ain't got nothing to do with us for a lot of reasons. One of the reasons why this has nothing to do with us is because we told the world. Did we not tell the world, family? Did we not tell the world about the system of supremacy? Did we not tell the world what was going on out here in these streets? Did we try to tell these folks that these dominant society folks act a little different? And what they told us when we told them, I don't care, work harder, okay? All right, see, the days of us trying to explain the system of supremacy to these people are over. It's done for. We don't give a damn. See, this must be the you don't give a damn, we don't give a fuck generation. Excuse my language. Matter of fact, damn that. We don't give a fuck. Why? It's because in this generation, family, we understand that we told all these people about the system of supremacy. We understand we told all these people what it's like when they come over here. But they didn't want none of that. They want to smoke with us. And since they want to smoke with FBA, now we're giving them that smoke. And they can't handle it. And apparently, the sheriffs are giving them that goddamn smoke too. See, these people been anti-black for so damn long, and now they're going to have to deal with the fact that all that anti-blackness is coming back to bite them. Yes, indeed. And dominant society folks is out there saying, well, good, you want to play that game? Let's play that game. And I guarantee you the dominant society will take it a lot further than what they expect. But they're going to be neglected because they've been rejected. Look at this right here, fam. When we talk about how these people truly feel about foundational black Americans, I want y'all to notice the hatred they have for us runs deep. Watch this.
Minority communities, but I need to say this because it's really good. This is for my black community and, other minority communities, but I need to say this because it's really been bothering me and I really feel like it needs to be said. But there's a small group of young minority men, and I've seen some black and I've seen some Asian, and of course you're going to see the palm-colored ones, right? But they're on here talking about...
Freeze! Don't let them lie! They always come in with the tactic of they say, oh, this is for blacks and for minorities and for whites. Notice that he said all these other groups, y'all, and in a matter of 15 seconds, he's going to directly put it on us. All of that talk about other people was a cover because all they do was lie, and all we do is win, and now all they do is get deported. Watch now, family. He's going to go on this whole thing about how we need to help them because they helped us. Here comes the lies, and this is why the sheriff in Florida said, run up, you get done up.
These minorities, these illegals, they need to get. Why are they waving the Mexican flag and why are they protesting and rioting? If you don't like the American flag, why don't you just go back to Mexico? See, there's no deportation without representation. Okay, and secondly, this country is a melting pot of culture, races, nationalities. There's no American race. Okay, this country was founded by immigrants was founded by immigrants, and it stands on stolen land. And furthermore, okay, when you are sitting here, why don't you go back? Okay, you're only saying that now because when it's convenient, they forced you to come here on a boat, right? It's not to dismiss what you...
Wait a minute, wasn't he just talking about white folks and minorities? You know this now, fam? In 2 seconds, he started talking about us and our ancestors. Our ancestors are coming here on boats. You see how quick it flips? Fam, they ain't got no smoke with daddy. They ain't got no smoke with white mommy. They want to be them. See, this is what I always say, fam. If the dominant society pops in with a billy club, they gonna get up and blame us. The same way the dominant society will deport them, and they'll start saying the N-word when ain't no black agents. Their smoke is with us because we have ruined the black and brown coalition. So now Zaddy is deporting him. They got all the issues with deportation that they're blaming FBA. And you know what? Good. Blame FBA. Because FBA sat on the couch, ruined the Democratic plantation, which ruined you coming here to the United States of America and ruined your black and brown coalition life. You can thank us later, Julio. And notice, fam, when the smoke gets coming, they get to running.
You're sitting here, why don't you go back? Okay, you're only saying that now because when it's convenient, they forced you to come here on a boat, right? It's not to dismiss what you've been through, what your people have been through. Never. I will never dismiss the struggle of the black man. I will always be an advocate for minorities. But your ignorance, your stupidity, your misinformation is misguiding you, my friend. And I'm talking mainly to these young, and it's not their fault entirely because of the society that we're growing up in. Think about it. We've had about 10 to 12 years of being exposed to Trumperism. Okay, so I understand where there's some misguided souls that want to fall into place with a certain group, and is what runs them. Okay, but don't forget what the happened back in the day and what they did to you and your ancestors. And think about this. The Underground Railroad led somewhere. Led to Mexico.
No, the hell it didn't, Tonto, Julio, Romero, Pedro. Fam, don't let them tell anybody that lie. The Underground Railroad went to Mexico. No, the hell the Underground Railroad didn't. It did not go to Mexico. Mexicans did not save us. If Mexicans saved black folks, then how come the black Mexicans just popped up on the Census Bureau in 2015? Last time I checked, that is approximately 10 years ago. Don't let them folks tell you that. What it really was foundational black American indigenous to the United States of America, and we were building everywhere, and we took refuge amongst ourselves. These people are lying. And again, I thought you was talking about Mayo, Taco. So Julio now is flip-flopping all over the place. Well, you going to flip-flop your ass back over the border. Because this type of animosity only comes from you're scared. So you ordered a Bel Grande, and all they gave you was a tortilla chip. And you and that tortilla chip is going to end up missing because you're going to be back in Venezuela, Cuba, wherever the hell you came from.
Because slavery was illegal in Mexico. So when that was happening, the Civil War, all that freedom for slaves, the greener grass was in Mexico. And it was Mexicans saying, come, we have shelter, food, we will help you escape the slave masters. So before you get on here trying to diss Mexicans and talking about, I'm going to sit this one out. Black Lives Matter, honey. I remember that one. There was a cop assaulting a Latino that could barely speak English, and the lady was yelling at the top of her lungs for help in Spanish, and there was a black lady recording, and there was a black officer doing the violence instead of helping and interjecting and doing something about it. And this was after, what was his name? George Floyd.
You don't even remember.
After George Floyd. The assault was...
Y'all caught that, right? Y'all tell me y'all seen that right there. The man sat there and says, we marched for you. We was in the streets for you with that guy. What was that guy's name again? That one black guy. George, what? Was it George Lopez? Was it George Jefferson? Was it George Jetson? He don't even know who he was marching with or marching for. So that proves to you they weren't out there in them streets with us. Family, I want you all to notice and all to see that these people will try to tell foundational black Americans that they marched for us and they were there for us and they saved us, but they don't even know the name of us. So you're lying, Julio. The same way you lying about the Underground Railroad, the same way that you lying about being a citizen, and the same way that I'm not lying when I call ICE on your ass. That's what it is. These people ain't even got their taco lives together. Get your burrito lie together. Because you can't come around foundational black Americans with that. It ain't gonna handle, it ain't gonna stand, in the same way you ain't gonna be in my country. Watch these people lie straight to our face.
This one out. Black Lives Matter, honey. I remember that one. There was a cop assaulting a Latino that could barely speak English, and the lady was yelling at the top of her lungs for help in Spanish, and there was a black lady recording, and there was a black officer doing the violence instead of helping and interjecting and doing something about it. And this was after, what was his name? George Floyd. What was his name? What was his name? George Floyd. After George Floyd. The assault was happening and she's recording. The woman's yelling for help and she's like, Black Lives Matter, honey.
Family, these people ain't got their lie together. Same way they ain't got their act together, same way they ain't got their citizenship together. Alright? They ain't scaring nobody. You listen. I only listen to people who have homelands. I only listen to people who know where they going in life. If you ain't going nowhere in life, then you can't talk to me, okay? This is certified foundational black American energy. And this certified foundational black American energy is so strong. It's so strong that you can't come around us with that. If you got to guess who you claim that you was marching for, then you weren't really marching for them, were you? Okay? But I got some marching orders that I heard are coming down the pipe, and it's coming from ICE and the National Guard and 700 Marines. And them 700 Marines, they not really feeling you right now, bro. So you gonna have to deal with the smoke. And since we dealing with smoke, family, let me go ahead and tell everybody, we just broke a record. We got 3,000 people in the building. Last time I checked, only Tariq Nasheed and Jason Black do that. But I guess we're gonna have to go ahead and add Black Alpha to the fray, family. So certified salute to everybody in here. Much love. I love you guys with a passion. Certified Black Society. We'll put everything on hold to salute the family. So we're going to put everything on hold to send a certified salute to the whole FBA family. Y'all make sure you smash the like button if you in here right now.
Damn. Telling them tacos, hey, I'm Latino. I hear what this dude is saying. And it's true. I'm Latino. I'm Mexican American. A lot of black people feel resentment against Latinos and Mexicans. And it's true. I'm sorry to say that, but it's true, you know.